Hey, what's up, guys? This is gonna be a totally different video that I usually do, but I want to give you guys some value and hit you guys with some good. So I'm gonna show you guys how I write emails and just copy for clients or for free value and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna want to watch this whole video. I'm gonna explain how I write them, what I do after them, and the final product. I'm gonna show you how I make them absolutely perfect. So I'm in my doc. What do you do now? Whatever you're writing for, if you're writing free value, if you're writing for actual client, or you're just writing for fun, you're just doing some practice, you're going to want to know, obviously, a little bit about what you're writing about. So most of the people I do client work for are online coaches. That's my niche. So whatever you do, you're going to have to obviously know everything about it, all the pain points, everything like that. That's not what I'm trying to get into. You should already know that. You should already have that figured out. I'm going to show you actually how to write that into Word, hit people's pain points, and actually have them click on links and buy what you're trying to offer them. So I'm going to do this for just some made up online fitness coach who's offering to cut pounds off people and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to write about. I'm going to show you as much as I can while I'm actually writing, and I'm going to finish that off, and then we're going to cut back and I'll show you the finished first edit of it. So I'll see you then. So the first thing you want to do is not write a headline. That's the most rookie thing to do. Do not write your headline first. You want to set the font, do whatever you need to do to actually start writing. I kind of just change the font to something I like, change the font size to 12, and do 1.5 spacing. There's not really much to that. It's just kind of whatever you like, and eventually you'll get into font styles and stuff like that work, but this is just you basically writing it. So, like I said, the first thing, do not write a headline. Just type headline, do whatever you need to do. The second thing you want to do, obviously, everyone, you need to go down a line. You're not going to write it in paragraph form. You want to just write hi, blah, or their name, or whatever it is. I usually just use my own name just to make it easy. So, Jake. Then you have your sub-headline. That's what the headline obviously is what will appear when they get the email. Then your name, when they open it, they'll see the headline, they'll see your name, and then they'll see the sub-headline, which is the first line of your actual copy. So usually, depending on what I'm writing, I'll either write sub-headline and then start writing after, or I'll just start writing from here. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to start writing from the name. So, what are you writing about? Pick whatever you're writing about, and you need to know how to start. You need to know how to tell stories and stuff like that. This video isn't as much as trying to teach you exactly how to write copy. It's just kind of to show you me writing copy, what I do, and how I make it perfect towards the end of it. So if you're kind of here to actually learn how to write copy, it might not be the best video. I'm trying to just show you how I write copy, and I'm going to teach you as much as I can through it, but I'm not going to explain how to start it and how to write a story and how to bring them in. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to show you what I'm writing about. That's what I'm going to be doing. So now that I got the basic first part of it done, I'm going to write my copy, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I've gotten done so far. So actually, before you start writing, after you write the headline, after you write whatever you need to do, I like clicking down a little bit, pushing that down, and actually structuring and kind of explaining what I'm actually going to write about. Because what I found in the beginning, people would say, just start writing and ideas will flow to you. Yeah, that's good if you're not sending it to anyone, but you want this to be good. You're sending this to someone. Maybe you're not, but you're sending this to someone to potentially get a client, or you're actually sending this to their newsletter with thousands of people on it. So you want this to be good. So you want to structure it. So I'm doing online fitness coach who is offering for someone to lose 10 to 15 pounds in a certain amount of time. Pick whatever you want. If you're doing dropshipping coaches, SMA, whatever it is, pick what you're doing and write about it. So I'm doing online fitness coaches offering. I've just written my little summary kind of like structure thing. If you want to go through it, pause real quick, but it's pretty much saying who I am, what I'm offering, and then kind of talking about I'm talking about. So talking about how a recent client lost weight, how they did it, why it helped them, what my program did to help them, then explain why it's so different than other programs, just simple stuff, simple pain point hitting things. And then end with my CTA, which is offering 2 weeks of free training for the first 10 people who book a call. Something simple. This isn't crazy, but this is just a basic structure I can follow. I can go off a little bit, obviously. If I think of new ideas throughout writing, add them. But that's just like a simple basic structure I can kind of follow. If you haven't already, go do all this. Write your headline, write your little structure, pause this video, write your copy. I'm going to go write my copy, and we'll come back and see what we've got. All right, I'm back. It probably took like 15, 20 minutes, but I got something for you guys. But this is just the rough draft. I literally, before I clicked record, I just typed the last word. I didn't look back at it. I didn't do anything. I still have everything. So you're looking at it now at the top of my screen. I still got my little structured kind of like little thing. I got my headline, and then I got everything I wrote. I wrote like 2 pages or so. I'll let you guys kind of read through it. It's nothing really that special. I'll go through and see kind of the key points I kind of hit, but this is the super rough draft. Like no edits. I didn't even correct the words. I didn't do anything. It's kind of just very basic, just sales email for a coach who's promoting and offering weight loss. That's all it's doing. So just to go back kind of through, it might take me a little bit just to hit some of the key points. I started off with the strong kind of sub-headline. I never thought I would say this, but I officially did it. That grabs your attention, makes you curious, and wants you to keep reading. Everything about an email, for just a quick tip, everything about an email is just from getting to line 1, to line 2, to line 3, to line 4. This sentence should get the person to read this sentence, and that sentence should get them to read that sentence. That's how it works. So, I never thought I would have to say this, but I officially have did it. Gains curiosity, gains your attention a little bit. I was able to help someone lose 20 pounds within 3 months of working with them. That's like, wow, that's like the big factor kind of. That's like the big wow in this statement. It's like, wow, oh my God, 20 pounds in 3 months, that's crazy. And then I kind of just go through a client that I'm working with at the moment just messaged me earlier this morning with that amazing news. She finally hit her target weight, 20 pounds down. That's you're kind of gaining some like personality. Like if you're in this situation, you want to see that. You want to text your coach, oh, I just hit my target weight. I'm 20 pounds down. I'm the lightest I've been in forever. Crazy, right? This is one of the most important things I put in here. All because of one technique we implemented that caused this rapid change. That's like the big like curious thing I added. Now like they read all that, they're like, oh my God, how'd you do it? And I add that and they're like, I told them there's something special that I did, but I didn't tell them what that was. So they want to still figure that out. So they're going to keep reading. That's the curious. That's what got them to the next line. She was never an athlete. She's never athletic or skinny. Never had problems, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is just all hitting a little bit of pain point. This is trying to connect the reader to who this girl was, this fake person I created. She's never athletic. She always had problems overeating. Like this caused her to gain weight. It got to a point where she couldn't even go to the beach. She couldn't even like look at herself in the mirror. She had no confidence, all this stuff. But that one secret was able to get her these crazy results. Besides all these things it offered, the nutrition plan, the custom program, the 24/7 access to questions, stuff like that. here's the big curious thing. I gave her belief. I made her believe in herself. And now they're like, oh my God, like that's all I needed. Like they hit that curious point, and they're already through half the email. So they're gonna keep reading. They're gonna be like, they're interested now. They really want to know what else does this kind of entail. I was able to flip a switch, which led her to losing a lot of weight. Like most of you, another connection. This is resonating with the audience that I'm sending this to. She didn't believe in herself. She lacked hope. She had zero confidence. But she was able to change this. And then I just keep writing a little bit. And then I kind of go into my CTA, my little call to action. I say it over here. So just for you out there in the same boat, click here to book a call. And you always want to put your CTA once, or you always want to put your like offer, your call, whatever it is, twice. You want to put it kind of in the beginning of your call to action and then towards the end of it. The first one's kind of just be like, yeah, if you're super ready, like if you're ready right now after reading all that, click here. But if you're not, you want to keep writing a little bit. I'm not someone who's just going to throw you in a call with my team. And this is kind of gaining their trust. This is building credibility a little bit. It's going to be me and you. We're discussing. There's no offer at the end. Like this is kind of gaining trust. Like there's no risk factor. They're not risking anything getting on this call with you. The call is to slowly give you some direction. And now I kind of go into like the actual CTA. Like what, if they are really interested, now they're really, really interested and they actually want to book a call. 2 full weeks of free training from me. But this is kind of the scarcity. Again, if you don't know all these words I'm saying, scarcity or call to action, you need to watch a couple different videos, a couple other videos before you watch this and then come back to it, because you're not really getting the full gist of it. So this kind of gains scarcity. That's for the first 10 people to book a call now. So don't wait. Like change your life right now. Don't let doubt scare you away. Like do all this stuff. But again, this is just a full, complete rough draft. I still have to edit this. I still have to do all this stuff. But now what you want to do is you want to completely just shut off your laptop. Delete the Google Doc. Don't touch anything. Don't edit anything. Just delete it. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. That's when we're going to come back to it. You want to let your brain kind of get out of this. Like you kind of want to forget about it. Just get out of the rhythm of writing. Just want to delete the doc. You don't care about it anymore. You're done with that. Hey, what's up? We're back. It's the next day. I kind of completely forgot about this. Haven't touched it yet since. And first, the thing we need to do that we actually didn't do the first day is actually make a headline. So I'm just going to do that real quick and then I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I wrote it real quick. Took me about like 5 minutes. The headline is the most important part of the copy. I'm probably going to end up changing it, but what I really just did, a little bit of curiosity and connects kind of what I was talking about. Like, I finally helped someone lose 20 pounds. So, next thing, delete all this. You don't really need it. And now, before you even spell check it, do anything like that, you want to just copy it. You want to copy it and copy, and you want to go over to ChatGPT. This is literally like a game changer. And you want to type in the exact message. This is one I use. You could always kind of fiddle around with it to get different results, but I always put in these exact words. Rate this email letter from, and whatever you're doing. So I'm doing online coach out of 10. I'm just going to give you like a good, like rounding, kind of like nice answer and some tips and some tricks and stuff like that. So next, just put it in and see what it says. So first we got a 6.5 out of 10, which obviously that's not great, but we're gonna improve. Like that's just the starting point. That's no edits, no nothing yet. So we're actually in a pretty good spot. You wanna be at least able to get like a 5.5 to 6.5. That means like you're pretty good. What I did well, good emotional appeal, solid call to action, good like tone, Things I need to improve: grammar, obviously, better flow, more powerful CTA, and it's just writing a couple other things, but it's gonna give me like ending feels weak, okay, and yeah, it's just gonna keep giving me stuff, but that's not what I'm really worried about right now. Next, we want to go back. Yeah, all that suggestions good, but that was we're kind of just see where we're starting. Now we actually want to go through and correct a bunch of stuff. You want to use the tools, go to spell check, do all that stuff. And I don't see it right now, but the one thing you have to have, or at least a version of it, you need Grammarly, like a spell app checker AI thing. So I'm gonna get my Grammarly up. We're gonna go through this the first time, just correct some stuff, make some stuff shorter, maybe add some stuff, and I'll be back in a sec. So now what you want to do, you want to pop it back in. It's like the first version that's like not that bad. Pop it back in and see what you get. Write the same thing. And see your score go up, see whatever it tells you. Look, I started with 6.5, I'm already up to 7.5 without even like super major changes and stuff like that. So then look what it asks you to, like, look what it gives you. Strong emotional appeal, which is good. Clear call to action, which is also good, and engaging tone. Those are all really good things to hit. So if you hit those things in the beginning, you're doing pretty good. What needs improvement? Grammar can still get fixed up a little bit. Still some sentences I can tweak and stuff like that. The urgency in the CTA, yeah, you can always make your CTA better. It's never like perfect. And obviously transitions, always, yeah, and more emphasis on the reader. Sometimes they be giving you a little bit random stuff, but not bad. Final thoughts, whatever. Now, what you want to do, you actually want to go in and look at what needs improvement. So your grammar, don't just read it and just be like, oh, I need to improve the grammar. Go back in and actually read it back again and fix the grammar. Go to your CTA, see what it tells you that you could try out and stuff, and change some stuff. Go to your transition, see if you could try to like cut some sentences down or add some little like add some transition words. And emphasis on reader, yeah, just maybe help the reader out more. I don't know. But you want to do all these things. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to fix up more stuff. And I'm going to come back and we're going to have even a better version of the original copy. Okay, I just made my second edit. Went through, fixed some stuff that ChatGPT told me to fix. And for the last time for this like first editing session, you're going to copy it. And you're going to write the same thing. So right off the bat, we can already see that it went up to an 8 out of 10. That's a pretty solid score, especially if you're kind of doing this with me, it's a little maybe rushed, or you're a complete beginner. An 8 out of 10 as a complete beginner is, you're doing pretty well. That's pretty good. Go back through, see what it tells you. Good storytelling, good call to action, engaging tone, which is good. Grammar still needs a little bit of fixing, but at the same time, sometimes ChatGPT and AI like want you to fix certain things that maybe don't sound right in like human voice, so it sounds kind of AI, you know what I mean? Stronger CTA, that's valid, so I could always go back and fix that. More natural transitions, like it just said. Perfect. Final score, blah, 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 it's telling me all these things, which is good. This is all good. So now, that's like a good stopping point. It's not terrible. You can always edit it more. The last thing you want to do before like you get to the final stages is, a good thing is you want to go and like spice it up a little bit. You want to go make it pop a little bit. No one's going to want to read a email that's in Arial font, size 11, no bolded, no just normal font. No one's going to read that. It has no like flavor, no like style to it. So what I like to do, which we already did, change the font, change the sizing a little bit, space it out a little bit. What I like to do, especially with like my headline, I like to bold my headline. And then important key pieces are good to like highlight or like bold. So this is important, like 20 pounds in 3 months. That's good. You want to highlight that probably. Highlighting stuff that's like important, bolding stuff that like you want to stand out. So your target weight, 20 pounds down. That's like a good bold. That's like something big. And then whenever I do like lists like this, I always like to bold the like headline kind of to it. You want to keep going through. You can see I still kind of have some mistakes in here. Like, this isn't perfect yet, but we're making it good. You probably want to, I want to bold all these. These are kind of like attributes and like benefits to my program. Again, bold all this. Actually, no, I don't want to bold this. This is not like, no, it's important, but it's like more of like a highlight. You'll know the difference between like highlighting and bolding, but good. And I gave her belief. That's a good one to bold. That's like a big claim that I did. I gave her belief. Again, good. Messed up a little word right here. Good, you're still reading through it. You can always still fix it. This is never perfect. It's never gonna be the most end result. You can always go back through, edit more, change some stuff, revise it, always. Good, and then you always wanna like outline or highlight your like CTA kind of, just to know what it's doing. And then always when you have like a Calendly link or whatever your thing is, I always like to bold that too. This is all good so far. We're doing good. So don't wait, blah, blah. And you can always stop this when I'm scrolling through and read it and see like what I'm actually changing, because I'm not really like giving you too much time. And then actually I want to highlight this too, because this is pretty important. Not that. Highlight, don't change the text color. So that's pretty good. Honestly, 8 out of 10 solid. This is not, obviously mine's not really going anywhere, but this is pretty good. Now, for your final and like last step, you got all this good. It looks pretty clean. You've read it through and you've gotten most of the incorrections out and stuff like that. So if you really want to make this good, I really advise that, and you're actually sending this to someone, get someone else to read it. Your mom, your dad, your sisters, your friends, whatever it is. Get someone else's eyes on it and get them to read it. Because maybe stuff that you missed out on, or you just kind of looked over, or you just like didn't really see, they'll be able to see it. And they can help you like change the flow of it a little bit and just point out some stuff maybe you missed along the way, which is going to be really helpful, because at the end of the day, you're not even the one who's going to be reading this. Other people will. So if the other people can't really understand what you're saying, you're not going to get your message across. They're not going to click your link, and they're not going to buy. So that's really important. Get someone else to read it. And after that, you're pretty golden. You can probably send that out. Always maybe look over it a couple more times, maybe give it a couple days. But you could probably send that out how it is. And it'd probably do pretty good, depending on your rating. Obviously, you don't want to rely on ChatGPT for everything. It's not like the end-all, be-all, best checking thing. The best thing to do, if you're at that point, if you're not a beginner anymore, you're at that point where like you're pretty good at copywriting, you're like hammering, you want to be sending this to like copywriting groups, other copywriters, stuff like that, so they can actually give you like a full breakdown of like, was it good? Did you hit these points? Whatever it is. That's what I do a lot. I send it over to other people that I know, other copywriters, and they can give me like an honest result, because they don't care. They're just being honest. They're trying to help me be better. So hopefully this helped you out. I hope I had a video like this where it actually broke down everything to do, all the copywriting, trying to hit the headline, the curiosity, all the pain points, the CTA, the body paragraph, like all this stuff. That's what I tried to help you out with. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully you gained some value from this video. I even learned a little bit about stuff that I didn't even know, to be honest. But hopefully this helped. Hopefully you learned a lot. And don't go watch another video. If you weren't actually writing with the video, go do that now. Go back to the start of the video and actually write a piece of copy for yourself. Don't just copy what I wrote or change a little bit. Write it completely from what you're actually doing. Go write a piece of copy. Let me know how you do, because I want to see if this actually helps most of you. Hopefully it did. Hopefully it gave you guys some value. But that's all really I got. I'm going to make probably a couple other videos about other stuff, maybe some ads, maybe the VSL sales page, whatever you guys want. If you guys want something specific, let me know. But again, hopefully this gave you some value. That's really all I got, to be honest. That's all I got for you. Hopefully you have a good one. Goodbye.